Dobrý den, exkluzivním hostem programu ČT Sport, sportovního programu České televize, je na závodu světového poháru ve Spindlerově Mlyně nejlepší lyžařka světa Mikaela Shiffrinová. Mikaela, thank you very much for joining us.
Díky, že jste se k nám připojila, že jste si udělala čas na diváky České televize. Dovolte mi začít před 12 lety. To jste do Spindlerova Mlýna přijela poprvé na svůj debut ve světovém poháru. Pamatujete si, jestli to bylo schválně, abyste se při debutu trochu schovala do Spindlerova Mlýna v termínu krátce po mistrovství světa, nebo to byla prostě jen náhoda, že ten první start ve světovém poháru vyšel sem?
It was just a coincidence. It was actually because of my result at the World Junior Championships that I went home after that, and then I was invited basically to the next World Cup race. So it was here, and yeah, of course I thought, yes, I'm going and just see how it all is. And my dad came with me, and it was one big goal I had since I was a little girl was to race a World Cup race before I turned 16 years old. So it was like these Spindler races I would be like the day before I'm turning 16. So yeah, pretty amazing.
Zmínila jste své dětství. Dělala jste už tehdy v tréninku něco jiného než ostatní děti, že jste tak rychle lyžařsky vyspěla a naskočila do světového poháru tak mladá?
I don't know exactly if I did something different. I think I was always focused on drills and technique and kind of improving my skiing, and I think a lot of the other athletes are always racing a lot, and maybe I was racing a little bit less and focusing more on training. So still, even where we are now, I still feel more comfortable when I'm training. Racing is a little bit, I don't love the feeling racing because it's a bit nervous, it's a lot of waiting, it's just, I like it better when we're training, we can just go ski and yeah, but that's probably the only real difference. Otherwise it's, I don't know, just I spent time with my family and have my closest friends. I was always a little bit maybe more quiet than some of the other people around me, the other kids around me, and so I had some close friends, my family, and I just love to ski.
Teď v současnosti přijela jste opět do Spindlerova Mlýna. No, někdy to spleteme i my. Ale vy jste byla excelentní při výslovnosti Spindlerova Mlýna. Už jste znala cestu? Jste tady po třetí. Víte, kde se nacházíte?
I have a good idea where we are in the world, but normally I'm not the one driving. I'm normally sleeping. So I kind of wake up and I'm like, oh, here we are. I know what it looks like. We always stayed at this hotel, so I kind of look out the window and I know there's the race slope and I feel comfortable in the area, but if you had me without like Google Maps, then I probably wouldn't be able to get here by car.
To samozřejmě chápu. Zmínila jste, že raději trénujete, než závodíte, ale v předchozích 10 dnech jste jela 7 závodů. Jak moc vyčerpávající to pro vás bylo?
Yeah, I'm starting to feel it a bit now. I mean, Kronplatz, after the second GS race in Kronplatz, I was very tired, and then we came here, and I basically just skipped the training day. Everybody was going out for training and the hill ski on the race slope, and on Friday, yes, and I just skipped it and took a recovery day. So that was really helpful because I got a bit more energy back for the race yesterday, and even through the race today. Of course, I didn't win the race today, but I think taking this recovery day allowed me to get on the podium again, which was, I'm more thankful for that. Most people are like, oh, are you disappointed? What went wrong? And I'm thinking, that's so much better than it probably should have been actually with how I feel. But anyway, it's a little tired for sure.
I mean, one way is
Jedna
to be
věc je
tired
být unavená
physically,
fyzicky
and
a
the other way
druhá
is
věc je být unavená
mentally.
mentálně. Každý mluví o rekordech 82, 3, 86, 87 a tak dále. Jste unavená i z těchto řečí a dotazů?
I think I'm starting to feel I'm feeling so used to people talking about it that I can be part of the conversation and not feel so like mentally invested in it. Like my focus is not breaking records, but I can understand why it's important or it's exciting to talk about. So it's meaningful, but I just that's not what I'm thinking about when I'm actually racing. And now I feel, compared to even if it was 3 weeks ago or 2 years ago or last season, people were asking, "Oh, you're so close! You're 9 victories away. Are you going to do it?" And I'm like, probably not. I don't see myself winning 9 races next season. And so coming into the season, I thought if I win 4, 5, maybe 6 races, I have to be totally satisfied with that. That was like, if I can, the overall globe is a big goal, and 4 to 6 races, that would be really amazing, because the level of competition is so high right now. So that was my thoughts on the season. So now I have 11 victories, surpassed this one record. It's all been so much more than I ever expected. That was the Slalom Globe as well already. It's like I'm just hanging on for the ride. I try to do like ski well and just ride the wave.
So it seems to me,
Mně se zdá, že musíte mít nějaké osvědčené vlastní postupy, jak se vyrovnávat s tlakem. A evidentně postupy, které fungují. Jak to vlastně děláte?
I listen to music a lot, for sure. That's probably the main routine I have. I also feel like when I'm able to exercise, then it's really helpful. It just gets the body and the mind in a good place. But the last month, I haven't really been able to do very much dry land actually, or very much exercise outside of skiing, because it's been so many races. So I have to save the energy, and then I feel like I'm either skiing and it's like full energy, or I'm basically lying in my bed trying to recover. And when I'm just sitting there, like looking at social media or I don't know, whatever, then your mind starts to wander. So sometimes I write my thoughts down in a journal, just if it's something I just want to get it out of my head, because I know.
Myslíte opravdový papírový deník a tušku?
Like random thoughts, basically. And if it's something I want to remember for the future, or it's something that I just want to get out of my head because I don't like thinking about it, then I just write it down. Or if on my notes on the phone too, I can just get it out of my mind by writing it down, and then that's always helpful too. And then it's just, some days you feel pressure and some days you don't. So that's how it goes.
Když jste říkala, že vaší motivací není překonávání rekordů, znamená to, že hlavní motivací zůstává čistá láska k lyžování?
I know it's kind of boring to say that. I think it's
amazing.
I mean, that's how I feel, is like, for these races in Spindleruv, I just felt so good with my slalom turns, and even on the second run, this second race, I felt like maybe it wasn't as much risk as I needed to take to win the race, but my turns were still good, and I'm really happy to be skiing well and also consistent enough to be on the podium almost every race, or possibly winning these races, and I feel so good with that. It's like, I don't care if 86 comes today or tomorrow or next week or next year, or if it never comes at all, because I also feel like maybe that's not a record that's supposed to be reset. I mean, it's amazing what Ingomar did in his career, and I don't know if that's the title that should be overtaken or something, but yeah, it's amazing to be part of a conversation. It's amazing to be that close, and it's really incredible to enjoy how I'm skiing in every event. That's such a good feeling to have. So anyway, when I focus on that, I really enjoy the process, that all the races, the whole season. It's less stressful. I feel the pressure less. I can also enjoy being around fans and people when, you know, it's like when you feel pressure and then people are asking you for a picture or an autograph, then in my experience, I've always been kind of angry at them for trying to take something from me. And this season, I'm more like I'll wave and smile and just feel like, no, it's amazing we have fans in the sport that want to watch, and they might be cheering for Petra. One of them said today, I hope you come in second today. And I was like, that's also good, thank you. You know, I mean, he didn't mean it actually. He didn't mean it like, I don't want you to win. He just was like, somehow it was a kind thing to say, even though, of course, I want to win. And yeah, it just, I appreciate these moments and the connection with the people and around the sport way more with how I feel now. And if I focus on breaking the record, it takes all of the joy away from what I'm doing.
Už jste zmínila Petru, která vyhrála slalomový světový pohár dvakrát v posledních 3 sezónách. Letos jste vítězkou opět vy, už po 7. v kariéře. Jaký je v tuto chvíli váš vztah s vaší největší rivalkou? Petra Vlhová je skvělá slalomářka, stejně jako vy. Jste prostě hvězdy ženského lyžování. Jaký je váš vztah?
You are the brightest stars of the women's circuit. So what's your relationship?
Yeah, it's over the last years I felt like it's even it's become like, okay, we're big rivals for sure, but I don't know, maybe we understand each other a bit better. We have conversations at the bib draw, at the awards. In Kronplatz, she came over and congratulated me in a moment. I mean, for sure there's cameras around, but it was like a moment kind of private, and she really said, congratulations, this is incredible. And I feel that she meant it, and hopefully when I say congratulations to her, she feels that I mean it, and that I appreciate how she should be able to celebrate her victories and have her space and appreciate what she's accomplished in her whole career. She's actually sparked a fire in an entire nation to be passionate about skiing, and her fans, the Slovakian fans, they come to almost every single race, even to Killington, and they bring an atmosphere like here racing. I think most of the fans are either Czech or many from Slovakia, and it was an incredible atmosphere. It was so special to race in a crowd like this. So what she's done for the sport is remarkable, and she's been able to be on the side feeling the pressure that she's supposed to win. She has to win. She had a Slalom Globe the last 2 years, like you said, with incredible skiing, and kind of she was in the position that she was unstoppable, and I think she'll get back there because that's what the sport is like. We push each other. So she's been pushing me the last years, and I think, yeah, it just, that's how it goes. You kind of climbing a ladder always.
Petra je nepochybně nejlepší slovenská lyžařka. Vy si asi pamatujete bývalou českou slalomářku, naši současnou spolukomentátorku Šárku Strachovou, Záhrobskou. Chtěl bych vám ukázat krátké video z dnešního závodu. Tady je Šárka. Tady jsem já a tady je váš finish. Jak jsme ho prožívali. Šárka tomu nemohla věřit. Vlastně my oba. Jak jste to vnímala vy?
To ukáže poslední mezičas, ukazuje nás to 15 sekund, jsou nervy až do konce. Mikaela Shiffrinová v roce 2011 to tady začalo, pojď domů, pojď! Ne, sekundy za Lenou Dírovou. She couldn't believe it.
Šárka tomu nemohla věřit, ani já. Jak jste to vnímala vy, když jste projela cílovou čárou?
I thought that Lena would be very strong, and also Zrinka. I want to make sure I pronounce it right. I thought they would both be very strong. I had 6/10 of a lead, but I also know after 12 years, I know you can lose that lead so fast if you don't take the risk and the timing's not perfect and your skiing's not like fully on point. it's as easy to lose it as it seems like it was to make it. So I was a little bit nervous in the start, but I mostly felt like no matter how this goes, it's okay. It's been a lot of races, some very successful races, and both of these women deserve it too. So kind of feeling like settled with what's going to happen. And then I tried to push as hard as I could, and I thought my top part, I felt that I was losing the timing of it, but then I started to pick it up again. But in the end, it was like not aggressive enough. So I thought when I saw the red light, I was like, shoot, but I hope it's still on the podium at least. And then I second and 600ths, I was like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. 600ths. That could be, it's so close, it could be anywhere. But the truth is, it's actually not 600ths, it was 7/10ths. Like, that, Lena had that strong of a run. So maybe I might have been 600ths on the right side of the green light, but no matter what, I'm going to go back and look at the skiing, see what I can learn from it, and try to do better. Whether I was 600ths in the green or 600ths in the red, it was not, there was no big mistake on the run or anything. It was just a bit slower. So that was like, shoot, that was so close. But in the end, I'm actually happy to be second. I'm happy that Lena got this victory. It was a special day anyway.
Teď jedete na světový šampionát do Francie. Minulou sezonu byly vrcholem olympijské hry. Hádám, že to nebyl nejšťastnější moment. Víte, co bylo chybou v přípravě na tento vrchol sezóny, abyste to letos neopakovala? Nebo je tu něco, co byste chtěla změnit, aby se vám letošní vrchol povedl lépe?
Honestly, I think my preparation obviously the Olympics didn't go well, but I think my preparation was good. During the time when we were training in Beijing last year, my skiing was kind of the best it had been during the season. My slalom was the best. I still watch the video I have from training days in Beijing for my slalom because it was some of the best slalom I had skied to that point. The GS as well, in the days leading to the GS race was very strong. So there's a lot of things I can blame for not finishing those races, but it's actually, there wasn't something really wrong with the preparation. That's kind of the point. And I actually I don't really have the option to have a very specific preparation for World Championships because I've been racing these days. If it was, for instance, swimming or something like that, you would take a month and you have a peaking strategy. You have a high intensity overload in training and then recovery days, and you can literally, like, scientifically map it out to almost to the 24-hour period where you would be competing. And you can't really do that in skiing because we're already racing right into World Championships, especially for me when I'm doing speed and tech. So I have a bit of a different program. It's like basically try to be skiing well and then just keep that through the season. So then if you look at it like these last 2 days, kind of my toughest race was today and my best race was yesterday. It's a difference of 24 hours where you could make or break for World Championships, winning a medal or being off the podium even. So I'm not really worried about how it goes. I think I will have probably 3 or 4 chances to win a medal. World Championships is an easy mindset. You just go for gold, and then if it's not enough, it's not enough. You know, it's like you're not protecting points, you're not skiing for globes, you're not trying to be strategic about anything. You're just trying to do the best you can in that race. And that's how I want to ski every race, so it's just a little bit, in some ways it's almost less pressure. So I'm looking forward to it, but for sure I got a lot of negative comments at the Olympics last year for like failing so much, but I'm also like, no matter what happens, you survive it. It's big in sports, but it's not the end of the world, I guess. So I don't feel pressure that I have to do something. I already have 11 World Championships medals, I think. So it's like, okay. Somebody else is going to win a medal, like, go for it, have at it. You do that thing.
Takže Francie je před vámi, Spindlerův Mlyn máte za sebou. Jaké emoce si budete odvážet? Co vám zůstane na mysli, co vám zůstane v srdci? Byla jste tady šťastná?
Yeah, mostly I hope that we return again soon because it's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to race here, and yeah, I'm very thankful for the memories built from the last few days.
Díky moc, my jsme vám vděční, že jste přijela. Bylo mi potěšením s vámi vést rozhovor. Díky moc.
Thank you.
Hodně štěstí ve Francii.
Exkluzivním hostem vysílání programu ČT Sport byla nejlepší lyžařka světa, Američanka Mikaela Shiffrinová. Díky za pozornost a sledujte lyžování i další vysílání sportovního programu České televize. Naschledanou.